I'm Lily Adam, and I'm speaking on child abuse. I'm speaking on this topic because many children are abused every day, and most people don't know how bad it affects the child. My definition of child abuse is when someone causes harm to a child. Child abuse is very traumatic for children being abused. Not all children that are being mistreated go through the same thing. You'll hear my sources throughout the story. They include website on child abuse in the U.S., Melinda Smith's article on child abuse and neglect, physical health and development, and The Verge by Arielle Ross. Please listen as I inform you about child abuse. Child abuse happens all over the world, and children that are abused range in all different ages. The website titled Child Abuse in the U.S., published by Statista Research Department, says that New York has the largest number of child abuse cases, which is 68,785 cases. Statista shows that California is ranked second with the most child abuse cases, which is 63,795 cases. Children that are abused can range in any age group. Sadly, most cases of child abuse happen to children 1 year and younger. According to Statista, the number of cases for abused children that are 1 year and younger is around 149,828. I have gone over statistics of child abuse. Now I will inform you about the different types of child abuse and the consequences. Child abuse can be classified as physical, emotional, mental, sexual, and many more ways of harming. The website titled Child Abuse and Neglect by Melinda Smith states that child neglect is also a form of abuse. Neglect is a form of a child abuse because that child is not being cared for in a proper way. Speaking from experience, parents might neglect their children because of poverty, substance abuse, or because the parents are just too young. There are many more ways of why a parent might neglect their child. Physical and sexual abuse can cause problems within the child's physical and psychological development. There are many physical problems that come from physical and sexual abuse. The article titled Physical Health and Development on the Child and Family Services Reviews showed that these problems are inability to control bladder, awkward movement, poor coordination, poor speech, and lower level of strength compared to others. From what I know, emotional and mental abuse can cause children to have depression, trust issues, and inability to have long-lasting relationships. Alright, I've gone over statistics and the consequences of child abuse. Now I will talk to you about how abused children are as parents and adults. Child abuse can influence decisions of parents and adults. On the website The Verge, written by Arielle Ross, says that the cycle of violence theory can happen. Arielle informs us about the cycle of violence theory. It suggests that children who endure physical violence as children go on to perpetrate those same behaviors to their own children. Parents who are neglected or sexually abused as children are more likely to have children that will eventually experience the same thing. Now, all parents that are abused as children will abuse their children. A lot of parents that were abused want to have their child not have to go through the same thing they went through. Some parents want to have the best for their kids instead of history repeating themselves. Adults that were abused as children tend to bury the memories of it. They continue to suffer with it in ways like having PTSD, eating disorders, anger, depression, etc. On the other hand, some adults want to move on from the traumatic event and they begin to go on different types of therapy. In conclusion, child abuse is extremely serious. There is an exceedingly large number of places in the world with many more cases of child abuse. Children that are being abused have to go the rest of their lives with long-lasting effects from the abuse. Child abuse should always be reported because it will save a child from having to go through all the things I have talked about today. I am happy I got to speak to all of you about this topic. Thank you for listening to my speech about child abuse.